Hello and welcome to 1300 Smile Stadium. Today with me we have AMAC, and we will be commentating on this fantastic game against the Warriors versus the Cowboys.
Good afternoon, Luke. Happy to be here.
That's excellent. So how do you think this game's going to turn out, AMAC?
Oh, this is going to be a cracker of a game. Both these teams really want to win tonight. We've got North Queensland just sitting outside the top 4, Auckland just outside the top 8, so it's really important for both of them.
Yeah, crucial matchup. Very important 2 points on the line here. The Warriors really do need these 2 points if they want to make that top 8 or potentially fourth spot if they wanted. If Roosters manage to lose their last 2 games, as we're about to see the kickoff. Who do you think we've got to look out for in this game?
You got to look out for, I reckon, the fullbacks. The fullbacks will be really, really important for tonight's game.
Yeah, we all know Dingo can certainly pull points out of his hat when he's needed, and obviously.
Bunts, you can't roll out bunts either.
That's right. As we see the first play, and he's passed off to Carl. Carl to Lord on the inside. Lord pushes his way to 29 metres out from his own line, and he's off to Carl. Carl, Dingo. Dingo runs, and he's just split 2 players as he makes it just beyond the 50-metre line, and he's tackled. That was a really good enterprising play for the Cowboys as they play the ball in the 3rd tackle. And Segarini, he pushes past one and gets around 28 metres from the Warriors line. This is a good first set for the Cowboys as Walmsley runs through a giant gap and he's dragged down 5th and last 3 metres from the Warriors line with a kick to come. And Chris Lord's trying to push over and he's pulled over inches from the try line. That was a really good set, wouldn't you say, AMAC?
Oh, you couldn't have asked for a better set other than scoring at the end of it.
That's one. Move. He's held there.
You're definitely not wrong, as we get Warriors with the ball, and they're 22 from their own line with on the 2nd tackle. As McKinnon plays it to White. White off to Ango. Ango with a big push pass there as he runs into Dingo, and he's brought down 42 from his own line on the 3rd tackle. He plays the ball off to Hugh-Snow. Hugh-Snow on the inside to Cochrane, and they've made no meters off that play. On the 4th tackle, they play the ball. McCartney off to Bunce. Bunce to Gronk, and Gronk sidesteps, and he makes his way to around 35 meters from the Cowboys line. 5th and last tackle. Hey, Mac, how do you think this so far is going?
Well, so far it's clear both teams are here to play tonight. They are just steamrolling up the field, which is great to see.
Yeah, lots of meters to be made as we see Stace to pace make a break, and then he's offloaded to Walmsley. Walmsley's pulled down 40 meters from his own line on the 2nd tackle. And an inside ball to Dingo, and Dingo's gotten past, and he's pushed through another 10 meters and 30 meters from the Auckland line. They've got to really watch out for Dingo on those sorts of plays as they off to Chapman, and Chapman gets tackled 25 from the Warriors line on the 4th tackle. That's a very slow play, the ball to Murray. Murray to Cambolo. Cambolo steps his opposite winger, and he's tackled by Bunce and on the 10-meter line on the left edge of the field. Lord puts a bomb up, and there's only Cowboys. Oh, and White's the one that catches it. Well done. As we see a tap restart.
That was just a little bit too deep for that kick, otherwise it would have been perfect.
Very interesting game. Is this turning out, the first 6 minutes turned out how you'd expected?
Oh yeah, we both said that the fullbacks would be in play tonight, and Dingo is already having a blinder.
And Bunce in defence. Bunce hasn't missed a tackle yet, and he's been very crucial in that back end, especially on the line breaks Cowboys have caused. As we see Aaron White take a hit up, 42 out from his own line on the 3rd tackle. Now we see Ta'awa push past the halfway line on the 4th tackle. Been really good defence for both teams for the most part. We haven't seen much attacking plays, though, from the Warriors. It's been mostly Cowboys with that positional advantage, wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to have a really low-scoring game tonight.
That's one. Move.
Well,
Held.
when every 2 points matters in this race to the finals, I'd assume that both teams really do want to muscle up in defence, as Walmsley's pulled down on the 30-metre line. Now you've got some exciting news. You've been given the captaincy at Broncos. Are you excited about next season?
Oh, incredibly excited, especially with the chance to go over and play with some of those Broncos boys. I've loved watching them play this season, so it's really, really good.
5. Hold.
You're definitely not wrong. Also, you're obviously captain for the United Kingdom team. Have you started making your pre-selections for that?
Oh, yeah, Lewis and I, we've been having quite a few chats about who we think would be best for our 1 to 17. We just got to hope the Australian and the New Zealand teams don't steal too many of our blokes.
Yeah, that's right. Especially with the opt-out and how many people have opted out of their tier ones. I expected it to be more, but it really wasn't as many as I thought. Wouldn't you say that?
Get back. Look
Yeah,
at me.
yeah, I think only a handful, but I could be wrong.
As White takes a dart from dummy half and pushes the Warriors over halfway on the last tackle. Now it looks like he's sizing up to go to Cochrane. Cochrane puts the punt over the top and it's caught by Jay. Jay's going to take it back and he's tackled. 15 out from the Cowboys line.
I was just about to say the Cowboys were really winning this field position battle, but that was a really good kick by the Warriors.
And the chase. So the defensive line certainly moved up fast to cover the distance there and make sure that he didn't get any chance to sidestep and make meters. As we see Carl take a hit up and he plays the ball on the 4th at the 40. As we see Jake Scott taking a dart and he makes a good 15 meters off from dummy half, pushing Cowboys into the Warriors half. As we see Carl put the kick over to the left-hand corner. Marcus Square takes the ball and another great set. This is really, really, really structured football. Wouldn't you say so, Mac?
Oh, definitely. And hasn't Scott been a revelation at hooker?
Yeah. Specifically with the meters he's been gaining from hooker. If he was playing there all season, arguably hooker of the year, wouldn't you say so?
Oh, definitely in the running for it. Definitely.
As we see Logan Strange take the ball, and one of the OGs of the SRL rejoining us again this season. He's been up and down for some of those games, but he certainly looks to be doing very well now. As we see McCartney sprint through, gets tackled by Dingo, and that's a handover on the last tackle.
I think that's probably the first error that the Warriors have made so far tonight.
That's one.
They completed the set though, so I mean, have we actually seen any errors? Actual errors though?
No, it's been a flawless game from both sides so far.
Yeah. That's crazy to think that we got 14 minutes and there's been no errors as Dingo takes off and makes it to the Warriors 40 as he plays the ball to Scott. Scott off to Lord, and Lord takes a big hit up and passes it to Wells, and Wells is tackled almost immediately. That was almost a hospital ball. Scott to Walmsley. Walmsley hits that defence live, makes about 3 meters off that run as he gets up to play the ball on the last tackle. Jake Scott back to Wells. Wells kicks it back into that same corner to Square. Square comes back. He sidesteps one. He's a big body for a winger. Wouldn't you say that, Mac?
Oh, I think a whole lot of centres and wingers have nightmares of Square running at them down the edge there.
2 hands away.
Yeah. Scary to think that you've got someone the size of a second rower running at you from the edge of the field.
And good luck trying to jump over him for some of those bombs.
You're not wrong, as McCartney gets tackled 40 out from his own line. As we see Cochrane make another line break, and he pushes into the Cowboys half of the field. As we see Barner take a big run, and he's split the 2 defenders. He's offloaded to Square, and Square's tackled immediately. That's unlucky that he had almost a space to get through and score. As we see last tackle 18 meters out from the Cowboys line. Hugh Snow puts the grubber in, and Sagarini's picked it up, and he's bumped off one defender, and he's pushed all the way back to around 18 meters from his own line.
Clear him now. 0 tackle. Hands away.
The pace off to Walmsley. Walmsley's run through a gap, and he's tackled by Bunce at the back there at 40 metres on the first tackle. This is a good chance for the Cowboys to get a good attacking set, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, they're already up to the halfway on their second tackle. So they're going to have a really good opportunity for a good attacking kick at the end of this set.
This game's really turning into a big arm wrestle, isn't it? And it's a battle of attrition against who's going to win the possession game. As we've seen that there hasn't been many errors, if there has been any. As Lucas Deuce has tackled 32 out from the Warriors line, and Chris Lord takes another hit up. He's always involved in every set. Have you ever noticed that?
I have, and I think his move to the second row has been a bit of a masterstroke from the Cowboys at the moment.
Yeah, after last week, nice to see them back it up as the kick's too deep, and we see the Warriors get to come out from their own end.
Well, the Cowboys had a seven tackle set. Let's see what the Warriors can do with one.
Yes, well, oh, that should have... Was that a forward pass? Or did
I
that hit the hand?
I think it is Noggin, so...
Ah, the good old Falcon. As Bunce takes a hit up and gets it 5 metres from the Cowboys half, as he's thrown a intercept, and now Cowboys get to go on the attack in the Warriors' end.
There we go. That's our first error.
In 20 minutes. Flawless play from these two teams, and they should be congratulated on that part, as we see Scott to Carl across to Lord, and back on the inside to Dingo. Oh, great tackle by Bunce. As they're 15 metres out from the Warriors line. Seeing Lord takes another hit up. He is just eating metres in this game so far, as Williams takes a hit up himself. Last tackle, 9 metres out from the Warriors line, with a kick to come. I assume it's going to be a bomb to one of the corners, and it is, to the left-hand corner. Not enough chase, unfortunately, as Gronk picks the ball up, makes about 5 metres on that return, and he's going to play the ball at the 10-metre mark. Hey, Mac, have you got anything interesting to add?
No, just seeing all the bench forwards coming on right now. I wonder if they're going to prove the difference in this arm wrestle.
Who do you think would have the biggest depth?
Definitely the Cowboys at the moment, although I can't really put past Snicko Bro to have a bit of an impact off the bench.
You're not wrong. Snicko is a very strong runner, and you know, when he's got the ball, and in defence, he's a very, very big defensive unit, and he seems to certainly push the Warriors in the right direction when they get the ball, as Hugh Snow kicks the ball down the left-hand side of the field, and it's picked up by Jay. Jay's got enough room to spread his legs. He tries a sidestep, but he's just shut down instantly. That's some good chase again. They're certainly peppering that left-hand side, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, I wonder if they've watched the videos during the week and seen a weakness down that edge.
Or maybe they just don't want to go down the right. You know, strike power. You wouldn't want to go. You wouldn't want to go stray too close to Dingo on a kick return either, as you know, he's dangerous from anywhere on the field. He could pick the ball up just before the dead ball line and run the whole field and score. As Bunce picks up the shanked kick, so now Warriors find themselves in great position to put on an attacking set. So Barner with a hit up, he pushes them just over the halfway line. Square off to McCuzzy. McCuzzy's going to drive himself to... They're not trying a lot given to make the meters, as Bunce makes a line break and pushes himself to the 20-meter mark. So one tackle to go before the last. What were we expecting to see here?
Oh, I think they're a bit too close to put in a good grubber, so they might be going for another bomb.
All right, let's wait and see as Snow gets the ball up. He puts the bomb up just close to... It's batted back to Bunce. Bunce is... Oh, he's tackled, but he's driving. But the ref's called held while he's been standing, so they play the ball 5 metres out from their own line. As we see Sagarini take a good hit up to get them out of the pressure of their own 10-metre line.
No, that legendary Cowboys defence again.
I can't fault either of these defensive lines. We're 26 minutes in, no tries. Sagarini back to Dingo. What's the key to unlocking these defences?
Oh, if we knew it, then I think we'd be doing it in our own teams. Hey, Luke?
Well, I don't know. The Eels proved how good a good defensive line can be last week. As you would know, that they pegged back the team, and they couldn't even get out of their 40 meters the whole game, which was really great defence. Probably the best defensive effort for the Eels, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, and I think you're right there. It's all about kicking to those danger players and making sure you've got 2 or 3 blokes muscling up on them.
As we see the Warriors actually getting a chance here to enter deep into Cowboys territory, but it just doesn't look like either team's going to waver. 0-0 at half time would be shocking, but you can't fault any team. They've both played absolutely perfect and they've stuck to their plans. As White plays the ball to Snicko gets the ball and looks around, and now he's on a break. He offloads to McCartney, and McCartney's going to drive, and he stopped 2 meters off the Cowboys line, and it's a handover.
There we go with Bro almost making something out of nothing.
Yeah. Snicko coming off the bench, which is it's a bit of a shock. I think he's worthy of a starting spot. Certainly with the amount of effort he puts in most of the games. Wouldn't you say so, Mac?
Definitely. It's probably why he got the nod for being the Dolphins captain for next season.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. I still can't help but I'm on the Eels bandwagon for them to make the top 8. I don't want them to win, but I want them to make the top 8. Just out of respect for what is a fantastic Eels squad. As we see last tackle for the Cowboys as they're 30 out from the Warriors line, and that's a very shallow bomb as White picks it up and he's tackled instantly.
No, I think fatigue's starting to come into things now with a little bit of trouble flowing into the game.
Oh, as we see Snicko again on another line break, and he's getting chased down by Dingo there as he plays the ball 50 meters out. Hugh Snow off to Bunce. Oh, and he sidesteps. Oh, and he's ankle tapped. Oh, that's so unlucky because Chaz Dingo was in the previous play. He wouldn't have had time to get back and stop Bunce. That's unlucky for the Warriors as they push their way on the 4th tackle, 5 meters out from the Cowboys line. McCartney off to Bunce to Gronk. Gronk has run over into the corner, and that's a try to the Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors forwards linking up with the Warriors backs. You just love to see it.
Yeah. That was fantastic. That whole set of 6, there was movement with purpose, and it shows. And they've earned 2 points here as Dry steps up from the corner to try and make it 6-0. 32 minutes for the first try. That's certainly a statement on how even this game's been played. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Yeah, we might have to ask the statisticians what the lowest halftime score is by the end of this one.
And that's only 4-0. That would have to be close. There's 7.5 minutes to play with the Cowboys to kick. Certainly not over though. There's a long way to go in this game before we can call it over.
And as you saw with the Cowboys last week, they can very quickly put on points if they get the sniff in.
Yeah, that's right. And look, their back 3 spine is certainly a danger weapon within itself. And it's just going to take the Warriors a lot of focus in defence to make sure that they don't get that space. So far they haven't allowed it. They've allowed some line breaks, but none that have been detrimental to this game so far. Like, they've covered really well. As we see the Warriors playing the ball 30 out from their own line on the 3rd tackle, back on the inside to Bunce, and Bunce is tackled instantly. He's made 4 meters off that play. As Snow to Barner pushing his way through. Great defense from the Cowboys, keeping that set of 6 within their 40 as Snow kicks the ball towards the 40-20, but it's going to be caught by J&J. He's going to run back and he's going to sidestep, but he's going to get tackled again. They have really stopped his returns.
Yeah, and they're definitely keeping it away from Dingo and Cambolo over on the other wing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got to pick a side. I think they've picked the right side so far, and obviously they've identified Cambolo and Dingo as players that you don't want to kick it to. So as we see the Cowboys play it for the first time in the Warriors half, there's 4.5 minutes to play, and can they level it up before the end of the half?
They're probably not close enough for a good attacking kick, so let's see what they can do defensively here.
You're going to kick it over to the corner. Like the Warriors to them, they are really liking kicking it at square. As square plays the ball, 18 out from his own line, off to Barner to Marcuzzi. Marcuzzi has just been absolutely rocked to the core, and he's dropped the ball as Segarini picks it up, and he's tackled 25 out from the Warriors line, off to Deuce. Deuce has tackled 20 metres from the Warriors line. He gets up, plays the ball. Wells back on the inside to Jay. Jay is tackled almost where the pass to him was given, as Wells to Cotter. Quinton Cotter, he's tackled 10 metres out from the Warriors line. Third tackle off to Murray. Murray's going to try and drive over, and he's put it down right next to the post. We're going to check upstairs. Ref's calling a try. He's definitely got that down, wouldn't you say so, Amac?
Oh, definitely. It didn't take the Cowboys long to pounce on that error there, did it?
No, it didn't. So we're starting to see the game open up a little bit. It's only taken 37 minutes for both teams to go over the line. Obviously, Jack Carl had a really bad miss last week. Surely he doesn't miss this one. Surely he had some practice before this week.
Well, you'd hope so, but sometimes the nerves can do some funny things to you.
And he's put it straight over the black dot, luckily. So it's 6-4 to the Cowboys.
So I reckon the Warriors, they're probably going to be trying to be a bit conservative for the rest of this half. They don't want the scoreline to blow out any further.
I imagine they'll only maybe get the ball back for one tackle, or if not, no tackles. So as we see the kickoff, just a big defensive set will do the job, and they'll get to go at half and reset. As we see Wells pick the ball up, take a hit up, and he's tackled 22 out from his own line. So Scott to Murray. Murray takes himself a hit up. Nice safe play for this for maybe the last set, as we second tackle and 1 minute to play. Walmsley throws the offload to Lord. Lord, he stood in a tackle and pulled down at the 40. Scott off to Carl. Carl on the inside to Walmsley. Walmsley breaks one tackle, skips past one, skips past two. He's dragged down by covering defence. 30 metres out. 30 seconds to play. Cowboys will get an opportunity here to go over on the Warriors. It's last tackle. I think they're a little bit too far away to put in an attacking kick, and he's just gotten in the way and knocked it on. And that'll be half time after this play at 6-4. Welcome back to the second half of this fabulous round 12 encounter, where we've seen two very evenly matched up teams between the Cowboys and the Warriors. So far they've got 50% each possession, and 3 errors for the Warriors and only 1 for the Cowboys. Amac, how would you make that half?
That half was just a defensive masterclass from both sides, except for those 2 tries that went in.
Yeah, no, towards the back end, and I think you pointed out that, people were getting very tired, like Paul Cochrane making 18 tackles, 2 line breaks, certainly was out on his feet there. Well-deserved rest at halftime.
3 markers lock in.
As White gets tackled, 35 from his own line, and Gronk picks it up, passes to McCartney on his own, on the blind side, and McCartney gets tackled. Bunts, sidesteps, and he breaks through, and he's caught by cover. 30 out from the Cowboys line with a kick to come on the last play, or perhaps a run. Let's see what they've got cooking. And he's kicked it over to the far corner, and they've allowed it to bounce, and Jay's picked it up, and they've pushed him right back around 3 metres from his own line. So yeah, that we've come back, and it's the same set of play. Wouldn't you say so, Amac?
Yeah, it looks like second half is going to be like the first. So we'll see if these 2 teams can sort of budge that try meter a little bit.
Yep, as you see, Walmsley, who's had an excellent first half, certainly been a big part of while he was on the field for those 22 minutes. Made a lot of meters. Unsung hero for their first half push towards their line. As we see Bunce catch the ball and run out of play, that's relatively unfortunate, as we see the Cowboys getting a great opportunity to attack the line for the Warriors.
I don't know if he needed to do that, Luke. I think, yeah, he was outside the 40, so he could have just left that alone.
Mustn't have heard the call from the ref. As we see that the Cowboys run it to the 10-meter line, and Williams gets up, plays the ball, passes to DePace. DePace hits that line, and he's made another 2 meters towards the line. He gets up, plays the ball to Scott. Scott to Carl. Carl's going to take a go. He's going to push, and he's held a meter from the line. Carl to Scott. Scott to Lord, and Lord offloading. He was practically over, and Walmsley's gone over. We're going to go upstairs.
Yep, there he goes.
That is, I can't see if that's gone down. There was a face in the way. We can see it from this angle. Yep, perfect try. And I was just saying how well Walmsley has been doing, and, you know, he's earned his just desserts for that.
Oh, Walmsley's just been an absolute workhorse for the Cowboys all season. He was wonderful off the bench for them early in the season, and he's been rewarded for all that hard effort with a starting position tonight.
Yep, and he's proven his worth out so far, and they're pushing to go 8 points in front of the Warriors 4 minutes into the second half. Judging by tails in the air, do you think Warriors can get back really quickly?
I think they will. I think they have to. They as we can see, it's been a low-scoring game so far. So if they don't hit back soon, they might find the game out of reach for them.
You're not wrong. It's the sort of game you, as I said earlier, it's an arm wrestle, and it's still an arm wrestle. I mean, well deserved to Walmsley for getting that try. Unfortunate for Bunce to take it out, and they've kicked it really deep there. As Walmsley gets the ball after scoring the try, runs it back 12 meters out from his own, or 15 meters out from his own line. That's some good post-contact meters as he gets up to play the ball. Hustler off to Wells. Wells, he's made about 3 meters beyond the play the ball as Scott off to Walmsley again, and he's just bumped off one, and he's tackled on the 40-meter line on the third tackle. Walmsley stepping up again after a big play not long ago.
No, he must have heard us up in the commentary box shouting his praises.
Must have.
Oh.
Normally that doesn't happen for me. Normally if I say something good about someone, they drop the ball or throw a forward pass. As Wells goes to Square again, and Square's actually gone past one, and he's hit Dingo, and he's tackled 30 meters out from his own line. So that was a good run back for Square. That's probably his first time he's gotten around one of the defenders, wouldn't you say?
No, and it must be a bit funny for the rest of the team just to watch a man with such big feet bounding around. Oh, there we go. There's a penalty.
That's the first penalty of the game, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's really deep inside the Cowboys' half too.
Am I playing the match predictor here? And I said, can Warriors hit back really fast? And they seem to be getting the chance right now. Would they pass Snow off to Barner? Barner's tackled almost instantly. That would have to be close to tackled without the ball, wouldn't you say, AMAC? He caught it and was hit.
Oh, pretty damn close. You don't like to see those hit without the ball tackles, but they've been creeping in lately.
And Hugh Snow takes a hit up, and he makes it around five away from the Cowboys line on the third tackle. Off to McCartney. McCartney to White. White's just gone over untouched. That's excellent. And they have hit back almost instantly.
There we go. We've seen 2 errors so far in the second half, and both have resulted in a try in that set.
Yeah. Almost carbon copies of each other, these two teams. They're certainly, the Warriors don't want to miss their opportunity for the top 8. Obviously they want to go back-to-back wins to potentially steal 4th, depending on how the Roosters play in their last 2 games. There's a lot on the line, and that's the same for North Queensland, who also have the opportunity to as well. How do you see the rest of this half playing out?
Well, I thought it was going to be a defensive masterclass, but so far it's been a lot more attacking footy this time around than it has been the first half.
Yeah, 2 tries in 9 minutes for each team, and we're all, if Auckland didn't miss their first kick at goals, we'd be looking at level again.
He's held there. One.
Yeah, and in my
release.
opinion, they should be level. The game has been very even,
Held.
so
Two.
just to be behind by 2 points, it's just they gave better chances to the Cowboys to score closer to the
Back with
post,
me.
wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I think both captains will be pulling their team aside before that kickoff and just trying to calm the nerves just a bit to keep those errors out of the
He's held
rest of the game.
Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah, because as we've seen just then off the Warriors try, they got that off the back of the penalty, but now we see Mataus pulled down 45 away from the Cowboys line. It goes to Snow. Snow kicks it all the way down, and Jay's picked that up at his own line, and he's tackled straight away.
Release.
Oh, excellent. Excellent defense there.
And this is what they need. They need a nice compressed line and not allow Cowboys to make a lot of meters. And learning from the Eels last week, we know that if you can keep a team to within their 40 instead of 6,
Hands away.
you're going to win that field battle. And back on the inside of Dingo, and Dingo's caught really quickly there by Barner and Igor, I believe. Chris Lord's making the break now, and those big legs were trudging, and they make it to 40 meters out from the Warriors line with it on the last play, and they pass it off to Carl. Carl puts the kick over again to Square. Square catches it. No line break this time, and 20 meters out.
Feels like we're going back into that arm wrestle that like what we saw during the first half.
As you see Chance Bunce making a line break and pushing all the way to the 50 on the second tackle. It really is a big arm wrestle, and it's a game of who can win the best field position. And what we've seen so far is if either team allows the field position, the other team will score. Snow to Bunce. Bunce takes it up. Fourth tackle. McCartney takes the ball. He's thrown an intercept to Murray, and Murray's going to take the ball 40 out from his own line. Do you think they can make it up the other end and potentially get an attacking kickoff?
From what we've seen so far, it's going to be a hard ask. The Warriors have been muscling up with their defence.
Yeah, they have. And as we see, the third tackle, and they've made around 10 metres. So as Dingo takes the ball from dummy half, he steals 10 metres. Fourth tackle, 40 out, as they pass it to Hustler. Hustler, he gets pulled down, 25 out, last tackle. I think they're a little bit too far away, and we're going to see a punt to the corner here. It's the first time they've punted to the left-hand side to Gronk, and Gronk's stepped past one, he's pushed past two, and he makes it around 22 out from his own line. That was relatively unfortunate.
Yeah, the Cowboys didn't kick to Gronk very often.
As Ta'awa, and Dingo's done a Superman, and Ta'awa's going to run away and score. That was excellent for the Warriors. They're now in the lead.
That was an absolutely brilliant run for a second rower.
And he's getting chased down by backs too, and he still managed to stay ahead. Weird seeing Dingo do Superman and miss, wouldn't you say?
Very weird. No, but then that's probably just an indication of how tired he's getting from all the defensive work he's been having to do.
Yes, he made 12 tackles in that first half, and I expect that he's much higher now. Being 7.5 seconds. As we've just seen McCartney kick it over, and now it's 16-12 to the Warriors, as we see Carl getting ready to kick off. Now, we know the Cowboys can come back in a spirited fight. What do Warriors have to do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, the Warriors are going to have to rely on their next set of bench rotations to make sure their men are fresh and fit for the defensive effort.
And there's Snicko Bro taking a hit up, and he had a really good 19 minutes off the bench in the first half. He made 62 metres and 2 line breaks. Nice to see that he's back out in the field as McCartney takes a hit up, and he's dragged down 42 out from his own line on the third tackle. Mataus to Barner. Barner breaks through, and he gets to Dingo, and Dingo's dragging him down 30 metres out from the Cowboys line as he gets up to play the ball. White to McCuzzy. McCuzzy takes a hit up. It's a nice safe set as we wait for the Warriors to take a kick. It goes to Snow. Snow grubbers straight to Bunce, and Bunce is going to run through and score.
Well, there we go. We said at the beginning of the game it will have to be the fullbacks to stand up, and there's your white-haired saviour right there.
Now, you would have thought that was a little bit too far away for a grubber, but obviously they're playing that because Bunce has jumped onto it, and once he's picked that up, there's no one in the backfield ready for him to run through to the line.
No, Dingo was far too deep, expecting that bomb to hit, and I guess, again, the Warriors have been doing their research.
Yeah, even I thought maybe a bomb or even a punt. But they've just gone back-to-back tries, and it's the first time we've seen it so far this game. Warriors have a different system now, but I'm still not planning out the Cowboys having to do with it.
No, the Cowboys piled on 16 points in the second half against the Eels last week, so it's definitely in their game to put on points quickly.
They have a lot of strike weapons, and I think I brought it up at the start of the game with Dingo. When his team needs him, he can pull something out of a hat to score points. So, as we see Bunce to McCuzzy, McCuzzy pushes his way 20 metres out from his own line. I'd assume this is going to be a safe set, getting it out, kicking it to the corner as Madaus takes a hit up. He's dragged down 30 out from his own line. White off to Barner. Barner has had a really good game. He's done everything consistent. As pass to McCartney to Bunce, and Bunce is going to run away again, and he gets to Dingo and throws the offload to McCartney, and McCartney's going to push to the 40. So he's 38 from the Cowboys line as Madaus to Ango, and Ango's going to push for the last tackle. He's going to fall 30 metres out. That was a good set of 6 to return after points. Hey, Mac.
That was an excellent set of 6 with not a very good kick to finish it, unfortunately.
Oh, McCartney's been learning off Will Kay on how to kick the ball 30 metres out from the opposition's line because he kicked it straight to Carl. Lord to Deuce, and Deuce has just pushed off one of the defenders as we see. And there's a Superman there, and he's offloaded to Wells, and Wells is tackled almost instantly.
Yep, there we go. The Cowboys have flipped the switch, and it looks like they are into it.
Yep, as Cambolo comes into the centre and takes a nice hit up and passes right to the Wells to Murray, and Murray's going to take a hit up as well. They're 28 out from the Warriors line, and Cambolo takes another hit up second time in this set. We got last tackle inside the 20. Be interesting set to see what they do as Carl puts the bomb up towards the right hand side. As Square has jumped so high to catch that ball, and now he's breaking away, and someone's missed him.
There was just no chases there from the Cowboys. Square went up uncontested.
Yeah, and as we've already said, look how tall he is. A lot of effort to try to beat him in the air as Barner takes the ball. And now we're seeing on the third tackle, they caught the ball on their own try line, and they've made it 60 metres so far as Ango takes a hit up, and now they've made 68 metres off this set of 6. So certainly winning the arm wrestle per se as Barner hits his head, and then he catches it and pushes his way through. So last tackle, and we're seeing Snow's tried the grubber, and he has, and McKinnon's offloaded the ball to White, and White's going to be dragged down 10 metres out.
It looks like the Warriors have just decided to play some free-flowing footy now and try to make sure the Cowboys don't score.
Right, here's tackle 1.
Well, they've pinned them back so far in this half, into this end for most of it, and they've sort of defended really well, well enough to make sure that the Cowboys don't score. As they pass to Dingo, and here he is, the man I was saying, but he's pulled down by Bunce, and he's tackled halfway on the halfway line as he plays the ball to Simon to Cambolo's pushed back and driven. They're 45 out from the Warriors line. Got to Williams to Simon breaks through one, throws an offload to Williams, and he's driven back to the 28 metres from the Cowboys line on the last tackle. Carl puts the kick in over the top again to Square. Square picks it up and he
That's
makes
one.
it back another
Move.
5 meters.
He's
They're
held
just past the
there.
10-meter line. Uninspiring set from the Cowboys, would you say?
Held.
No, I
That's his
think
second.
that was a far too conservative set for what they need to do at the moment as we're getting close to that. We're getting to the last 15 minutes of the match now.
Let him up. We've had 3
Yeah.
penalties in a row. Next one's going
Oh,
to the bin.
and there's another penalty.
And they've got their sin bin warning, so now they have to be extra careful. I don't think the Cowboys would have it in them. Depending on who would get sent off if it happened, would they have the firepower to match it? Especially if it's in the last 10 minutes. Finishing up the last 10 minutes with tired legs, with only 12 men on the field, would be very tough. As Snow passes off to Bunce, and Bunce is tackled.
He's held there. Held.
He's around
2.
32 from the Cowboys line. Is Strange to Barner. Barner goes through a hole and he's thrown an intercept to the pace.
Held.
Oh, it's hard to throw a ball around space to pace. He's almost as large as Square is.
Yeah, except the
He's
pace
held
is a
there.
problem.
2 hands away.
As Murray takes the ball, he steps past one,
Held.
and
3.
I cannot commend the Warriors' defense any more than I already have, I imagine, because they're just doing it well. All the simple things done correctly. Even if they don't kick on their last tackle, at least they've made meters, and they've certainly held down their own in terms of making sure that the Cowboys don't make breakaways. As we see Carl kicking the ball, and it's caught by Gronk. Second time Gronk received a ball, and he's tackled 25 out from his own line.
I also think the fact that the Warriors have been able to keep a lot of errors out of their game this week, that's definitely been helping in their favour.
Yeah, apart from the penalties though, even the Cowboys have had very little errors. As we see Gronk step past one, he's going to go close to the sideline, but he's going to stay in as he gets up to play the ball on the halfway line, White to White. Did I read that right? As White just ran through and scored. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I got confused myself as I seen White to White.
There we go. That's both White boys have scored tonight now.
Why couldn't it have been Snow White combination? I really want to say that.
We need Kate to write the script for us for next week.
Okay, make it happen. Hugh Snow to White. Doesn't matter which White, any White. As we see, actually untouched that whole way. So certainly, do we call it quits here and just say that the Warriors have won?
Oh, if the Warriors were any other team, I would definitely say they've won it. But this is the Cowboys.
So they've got 9 minutes to go, and they've got to make up a pretty decent margin. I'm really impressed with the Warriors' resolve, scoring points. So Snow off to McKinnon. McKinnon takes the ball up.
Held. Right, here's tackle 1.
Square takes another hit up. Square's had a lot of ball. How many times do you think he's touched the ball?
Oh, he almost touches it once every set, I think. And here is another break from McKinnon.
He's held there.
Yeah, it was very nice as we get to 8 minutes left on the clock as they pass on the inside ball to Bunce, and Bunce is breaking through, but he's caught by Dingo, and he's pulled down 35 out from the Cowboys line. McCartney off to Ixatoki, who's tackled 33 from the, so they've made 62 meters off that set of 6 as he gets up to play the ball. Off to Snow. Snow punts it over again to the corner of Simon, and Simon steps one and he's tackled.
Yeah, it's no getting around Bunce when he's in this mood.
Yeah, no. Obviously they've stuck to the idea, but they've swapped wings now. Have you noticed that? They're no longer kicking to the left-hand side, but they're now kicking to the right.
I did notice that, yeah.
You know, do you think it's the fact that Lee Simon came on the field?
I think it is, and they're just making sure that they're kicking to the danger men on the field and making sure that they don't let them make any breaks.
Only 36 meters off that set of 6, and they're about to kick the ball. just past halfway as they go to Wells, and Wells is going to punt it down the right-hand side to square for the 25th time as he runs back
One.
just past the
Release.
20.
Held.
Someone get that man a water. He looks tired.
He would have to be exhausted. He has been an absolute machine in that back right-hand side. The only issue with that is they haven't really attacked that right-hand side.
Move.
No, they
It's not-
haven't. And but then again, Gronk was the first to go over today, so maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, that might be true as McKinnon takes the ball up on the fourth tackle just past the 40-metre mark. White to Snow. Logan Strange pushes himself past halfway in the last tackle. We're going to see a punt, and I presume it's going to... Oh, there's swap sides here, and it's going towards Jay, and Jay's picked it up, and he makes it past the 10. He steps one, and he gets to the 20-metre mark.
Move.
So there's 4 minutes left. I think we just need a strong finish from the Cowboys, and they can take that into next week.
Let him go. That's your second.
Yep. I think Warriors fans will be happy that the Warriors will most likely be back in the top 8 by the end of this round.
Right, that's the third.
Depending on other results, they definitely
Yeah.
will be.
Very, very dependent.
4. Move.
South Sydney Rabbitohs. So, in an ideal world, though, the Eels would really prefer
5. Hold. Held.
for the Cowboys to have won this game. Not that it's the end of the world, but certainly being able the opportunity to leapfrog both the Sharks and the Warriors, if they were both to lose, would have been a good opportunity for the Eels.
Here's tackle 1.
Yeah. Still, the hope's still alive to reach the top 8, but the Warriors winning tonight definitely makes that a little bit more tricky.
Well, yes, it does. So you're going to have to rely on some of those 10-point teams. Well, Eels have to win both of their games, but some of those 10 points teams to drop points. And so far, like we're seeing one right now with the 2.5 minutes left to play. Obviously, the Cowboys are going to be one of those teams to drop some points.
Fifth and last. Marcus, lock in. He's held there.
So last tackle. White to McCartney. McCartney puts a very shallow bomb, and it's gone maybe 5 meters. It's caught by Bunce, but he's held, and that's a pretty smart play. There's 40 seconds left in this game, and they just got to defend this set, and it's over.
Yep. And I think quite a fair few people in the SRL betting community will be hoping that they can stop the Cowboys from getting any consolation tries in this last 15 seconds.
Oh, as you see, Cambolo taking a break and Carl getting dragged down. And that's full time, and thanks for watching. I know. So what'd you make of that, Mac?
I was really impressed with the defensive efforts in that game. That was an absolute arm wrestle the entire 80 minutes.
Certainly the stats suggest so. 5 to 3 errors, 29 missed tackles to 25. Those teams, like the scoreline did blow out towards the end of that game, but they were very evenly matched for most of the game.
Yeah, I think the scoreline definitely isn't an indication of how in the game the Cowboys were. It's just they went to sleep for about 5 or 10 minutes there in the second half, and the Warriors pounced.
And they certainly didn't provide the best attacking flair throughout that game when they did get their opportunities to score. If we take a look at the team stats, obviously Chaz Dingo leading the way. Obviously Jake Scott as well. He made 2 line breaks. He's made big impact coming into hooker. Continue.
No, I was going to say the last couple of games with Jake Scott, they've looked quite strong around the ruck. So I think that's worked well for the Cowboys so far.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's the right choice. He seems to be proving himself. Chris Lord, solid outing, 17 tackles, 139 meters. Chaz Dingo, 21 tackles. That just shows you how much he was working in that game.
And Walmsley there, look at that, 159 meters for 43 minutes. That he was just phenomenal.
And well-deserved try as well. I was talking about how well he was playing, and then he did show up for that try. If we look over at the Warriors now, obviously Jaden White, he certainly was instrumental with it, providing 2 line breaks, but Chance Bunce certainly.
Wow. When Chance Bunce turns up to play, you have got to keep him contained, or he does that to you.
Yeah, 1 try assist, 1 try, 266 meters, 15 tackles, and then he only missed 1 tackle. And David Barner, he was really good when watching him. He sort of was very quiet, and then all of a sudden he was breaking through holes, and he made 4 line breaks during that game. When you get all the way down to Snicko, who played 40 minutes, and then everybody above him's made that many meters, obviously your team's going to win. Even Snicko, I thought Snicko played really well, albeit that 2 line breaks, 6 runs, but 71 meters. Good job.
Yeah, and most of those 71 meters were in the first half too.
Yeah, that's right. He made 62 meters in that first half, so very quiet in the second, but he did his job. And on that note, do you have anything else to add?
No, so heartbreak for the Cowboys tonight, but the Warriors fans, they're going to be cheering for the rest of the week, I reckon.
Most definitely. And thank you, and we'll see you next week.